Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English Podcast. I'm David.
And I'm Emily. We are so glad you are joining us today for another conversation.
Today, we are going to talk about a topic that is important for everyone. It doesn't matter where you live or what you do. We are talking about money.
That's right. And to start, I have a question for all our listeners. Have you ever reached the end of the month, looked at your bank account, and thought, where did all my money go?
I think everyone has had that feeling. It disappears like magic. But it's not a fun magic trick.
Not at all. Well, the good news is, today we are going to help you solve that mystery. We are going to talk about setting a budget. I know, the word budget can sound a little serious or boring, but we promise to make it simple and easy to understand.
Okay, Emily. Let's start with the most basic question. What exactly is a budget? I think when some people hear that word, they feel a bit nervous. They think it means they can't spend money on things they enjoy.
That is a very common feeling, but it's a misunderstanding. A budget is not a punishment. It is not a list of things you cannot buy. A budget is simply a plan for your money.
A plan. I like that word much better. A plan sounds positive. It sounds like you are in control. It's like a map for your money.
That is the perfect way to describe it, David. A budget is a map. It shows you where your money is coming from, and it helps you decide where you want your money to go.
So it's about being intentional. You tell your money what to do instead of wondering where it went. That sounds very powerful.
It is very powerful, and it's a skill that can help you feel more secure and less stressed.
All right, so a budget is a plan, a map for our money. Where does any good plan start?
It starts with the best part. It starts with the money you receive. In the world of finance, we call this your income.
Income is a very important vocabulary word for today. Your income is all the money that comes into you. For most people, this is their salary from their job.
It could also be money you make from a side business or any other regular payments you receive. The very first step to creating a budget is to understand your total monthly income.
So you need to calculate exactly how much money you have to work with each month. You can write this number down at the top of a page in a notebook or in a document on your computer. This is your starting point.
Okay, we have our total income written down. We know how much money is coming in. What is the next step in our plan?
This next step is often the most surprising one for people. It can be a real eye-opener. The second step is to track your expenses.
Another key vocabulary word. Expenses are everything you spend money on, the money that goes out.
And when we say everything, we mean everything. This includes your big costs, like rent for your apartment, but also the very small costs. The bus ticket you buy, the snack you get in the afternoon, the cup of coffee you buy on your way to work.
To do this, you can try an experiment for 1 month. Write down every single thing you buy. You can use a small notebook that you carry with you, or you can use a notes app on your phone. The goal is to get a clear and honest picture of where your money is going.
After a month of tracking, you will have a long list of expenses. The next step is to organize this list to make it easier to understand. A great way to start is by dividing your expenses into two groups.
Yes, we can call these groups fixed expenses and variable expenses. Let's explain what those mean.
Fixed expenses are the costs that are the same or almost the same every single month. They don't change. Can you give us some examples, Emily?
Of course, your rent is a perfect example of a fixed expense. A monthly subscription, like Netflix, your phone bill, or a car payment, are also usually fixed expenses. You can predict them easily.
And the other group, variable expenses, are the costs that change from month to month. They are not the same all the time.
Exactly. This includes your spending on things like groceries, because you might buy different things each week. It also includes gasoline for your car, clothes, and entertainment, like going to see a movie.
Separating expenses into fixed and variable is very useful. And there is another way to organize our spending that is also very important for making a plan.
This next step requires us to be very honest with ourselves. We need to look at our expenses and separate them into two more categories: needs and wants.
Let's define those. A need is something you absolutely must have to live safely and work. These are your essential expenses.
So, needs would include your housing, basic food from the grocery store, electricity and water for your home, and transportation to get to your job.
And a want is something that is nice to have, but you could live without it if you had to. It improves your life, but it is not essential for survival.
So, a want could be a coffee from a cafe, a ticket to a concert, a new video game, or eating at a restaurant. It's important to understand the difference. Sometimes we can feel like a want is a need because we are used to it.
Okay, this is great. We have our total income. We have a list of all our expenses. We have organized them. Now it is time to build the actual budget, the plan.
This is where we connect the income to the expenses. How do we do it? There are many different methods, but a very simple and popular one for beginners is the 50-30-20 rule.
The 50-30-20 rule. It sounds simple. How does it work?
It's a guideline for dividing your income after taxes. The rule suggests that you use 50% of your income for your needs. So half of your money goes to all of those essential things like housing, bills, and groceries we talked about.
Okay, 50% for needs. That leaves another 50%.
Right. The next part, 30%, is for your wants. This is the fun money. This is for your hobbies, for going out with friends, for shopping, for that nice coffee. This part of the budget is for enjoying your life.
I like that 30% is for fun. That shows that a budget isn't about having no fun. And what about the last 20%?
The final 20% is for savings and paying off debt. This is the part of your budget that is focused on your future. You can use it to build an emergency fund, save for a vacation, or pay back any money you owe.
The 50-30-20 rule is a fantastic starting point. But it's very important for our listeners to know that it is a guideline, not a strict rule that everyone must follow.
That is such a critical point, David. A budget is a personal tool. Your life is unique. For example, if you live in a very expensive city, your housing might take up more than 50% of your income. That's okay.
If that happens, it just means you need to adjust the other categories. Maybe your wants category will be 20%, and your savings will be 20%. You have to create a plan that is realistic for your situation.
A budget only works if you can actually follow it. So be honest and create something that works for you. And remember that your budget can and should change.
That's true. If your income changes or if you have a new goal, you can always adjust your budget. It's a living document that grows with you. Don't be afraid to review it and make changes every few months.
Before we finish, let's do a quick vocabulary review. We have used some very important words related to finance today, and practicing them will really help your English.
Great idea. Let's list them. First, we had income. Income is the money you receive or earn.
Next, we had expenses. Expenses are the money that you spend.
We learned that expenses can be fixed, meaning they stay the same each month, or they can be variable, meaning they change.
We also talked about the difference between needs, which are things you must have to live, and wants, which are things that are nice to have.
And finally, we mentioned savings. Savings is the money you set aside for your future goals or for emergencies.
Income, expenses, fixed, variable, needs, wants, and savings. 7 great words for your vocabulary notebook.
Okay, we have talked a lot about planning and organizing your money. Now it is your turn to take the first step. We have a small and easy challenge for you.
Yes, we do. Your challenge for this week is very simple. Just for the next 7 days, track your expenses. That's it. Write down everything you spend money on.
Don't try to change your spending. Don't judge yourself, just observe. The goal is simply to become aware of your habits. This information is the foundation of your future budget.
Remember that creating a budget is a positive thing. It's not about what you can't have. It's about creating a plan so you can have the life you want. It's a tool for achieving your dreams.
You can absolutely do this. It's a valuable skill for your life, and talking and thinking about it is a wonderful way to practice your English. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you for listening. We will be back soon with another episode of the Easy English Podcast. Bye for now.